Hi you guys, my name is Molly Pretzel and I decided to create this video series so you can learn pole dance at home. When I teach pole dance, I always teach with progressions, so all of my videos, no matter if it's this one or the more advanced one later in the future, I always gonna teach the progressions. So starting at one point, building up more and more. So I would really recommend for you to do all of the progression. Don't just like skip ahead and go to the end product, but do all of the basics that I teach you. Press pause, try it a couple of times, continue to the next exercise. In that way you will get a much healthier body and you will get a much better understanding of the technique. This first video is the 3 basic spins, but before we do that we need to talk about 2 things. First, vocabulary. When we have a pole, it can do 2 things. It can be in static, which meaning it's standing still, or it can be in spin. It might be different from pole to pole. My pole have like a cool thing where you can just twist it and then it's gonna be turning. Your pole might look different, you will know. Today we're gonna be on static and we're gonna be doing spins around a static pole. Number 2 is the position you have your body in. A good base of your body is gonna help you a lot in your pole dance life. For me, the most important is your center. So you want to make sure that you are not like leaning in any way. You want to tuck in, you want to tuck in your abs, and you want to open up a little bit, just like a good ballet position. I'm going to talk more about this in the dance video later, but try just for now to tuck in here, tense up your abs and open up. First exercise I want you to do before we start spinning is that you're going to place your hand up high. I like to take it up as high as I can so the shoulder is touching my ear. From here, I will use my lats, that's this part of my back, to pull down. So I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna pull down, so I'm gonna lift on my toes. If you notice, my shoulder is going down, but my hand is staying at the same place, and my arm is staying straight the whole time. So try to stand here, going up and down, make sure that you keep tucking in, tensing up your butt, and just feel how this feels like. When it starts working, then try to pull it up all the way until it feels like it's biting in your back. This is the position you want, and this will also help you not slide as much. You should always do everything to both sides, so when you've done this a couple of times, do the same amount of reps to the other side. Yeah? Step number 2. That's what the pull. Step number 2, you're gonna pull. You're gonna take this hand past your belly button and push. So we're gonna have a pull and a push. This is what will create the friction that's gonna make you stick to the pull. If you pull enough and you push enough, you will be able to lift your legs. Don't try this today if this is your first time. You're just gonna fail very badly. So instead, just be here, pull and push. Then step number 3, point, and better have good technique from the beginning. So point your toe, show your heel, forward, so pull, push, point. Do this a couple of times where you go pull, push, point. And of course remember your other side, pull, push, point. Yeah? When you've tried this a couple of times and it starts working, you're gonna come up and say pull, push, point. Now you're gonna bend the inner leg, keeping the other one straight and keeping your position. Bend. Continue doing this a couple of times. Pull, push, point, bend. Something that I really like when I do pole dance is to create a muscle memory. So I will do a lot of basic exercises a lot of times to make my body remember. Because then I don't have to use my brain to think about what I have to do. I can make everything very pretty, very fast because my body knows automatically where it's going. The first spin we're gonna do is called a toe-to-toe. Some people call it a step around the world, tease. It has a lot of names. I like to call it toe-to-toe because it makes it easier to remember what it is. Basically, I have one toe going to the other toe and then it's going away. So, toe-to-toe. Make sense? I think so, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go pull, push, point, bend. Now keep the tension from here. This leg is gonna go in a big circle around the pole. So circle, circle, circle. Come to the toe, circle continues, and go behind. and that is a toe to toe. In the beginning, your toe to toe might look something like this. And nothing wrong with that. That is also a toe to toe. You just did not practice it as much as me yet. So try to come up, pull, push, point, bend, make a big circle, and come around. The most common thing I see happening is that people come here, they come around and they get stuck. So you might be stuck here. If you get stuck here, try to drag your leg in, push this leg against the pole, and then you can come out. And also, these feet we're gonna take away. Make sure to point them at all times. This has an aesthetic purpose that looks prettier, but it's also healthier to your knees if you stay up high on your toes. If I'm down here, I'm gonna twist my knees. So try to be up high, here, coming around, and around, rather than going here, around, around. I think you can see the difference, right? When you have done this, make sure to go to the other side and do exactly the same thing. Spin number 2. This is called a chair spin because it's like sitting on a chair. And the basic to it is the same as you just did with the toe to toe. So if you just skipped ahead and didn't do the other one, you have to go back now and do it because this is gonna make this one easier. So we're still gonna have to pull and push, the point and the bend. From here, I want to have a feeling of falling forward. My leg is gonna go from behind me to the side to lift up. I know flexibility-wise it will be different for some of you, but try to lift it up as high as you can and let your body fall into the position. So it's gonna look like this. Pull, push, point, bend. You're gonna fall, sit on a chair and come back down again. The first couple of times you do it, do not make an effort to go all the way around the pole. You might just wanna go here, lift, half around, up, lift, half around until you get comfortable with it. Then as soon as you get comfortable, start making more rounds. If you have very strong hands, then you might just stop. So you might just come here and you're gonna be, if this happens, loosen up your hand a little bit. In the beginning you might slide a lot, but in the end you're gonna figure out like how much and how little you're gonna like push the pole. Other thing might also happen that you just slide down. This is very normal. It can be a lot of things. Mostly it will be because you're not pulling enough from your lats and you're not pushing enough with your hand. So make sure that you're really squeezing that hand together. If you don't have the hand strength, you have to practice that one. I will make a video for finger strength and hand strength later. So stay tuned and remember to subscribe for my channel so you can get that one as well. Such thing as sweaty hands. Some people might have it, but mostly it's about having the right technique and strong enough hands to stay on the pole. So that was the chair spin. I'm just gonna show it one more time. So you're here, in, and you spin, and you land. Spin number 3, and this is my favorite one. It's called the Juliet, and I had a really hard time learning it, but I really think it looks so beautiful. So, still the same thing where we're gonna pull. Now it's a little bit different. Before we took the outside leg, now we're gonna take the inside leg. It's called the outside because it's far away from the pole. It's called the inside because it's close to the pole. So pull, take your inside leg and stick it out. For now, I'm just gonna turn a little bit. The only thing I want you to focus on is the pull, coming forward and push your man or lady part, and squeeze your butt. So you're gonna become a beautiful banana. So the beautiful banana shape you want all of the time in this spin. Juliet, you go pull, you take your leg out. From here I'm gonna create a circle, just like the toe to toe. So I'm doing a circle, stepping together, then I push this leg, push, and I come to the other side. It doesn't have to look that gorgeous in the beginning. With a little bit of practice, hopefully it would look like this. You pull up, you come through, and come around, and step. If you feel unsafe doing it, you can place your hand behind you. So you can take the hand here and you can go around. Just make sure that this hand is arm is always like semi-bent. Never go overstretching it because it might harm your elbow with time. So pull, come through. Make sure you make a beautiful banana shape. Point your toes. Keep arching, keep arching. Come around. The most common mistake for this one is that people get afraid of being far away from the pole and they go in here. But the thing that will happen if you go too close to the pole, you come here and you go close, you're just gonna slide to the floor. And that's not really the purpose of the spin. So make sure that you go far, far, far away. Practically, and this is the case anytime you pole dance, the further away you go, if you keep pulling down, you're gonna create friction with the pole. So you're gonna keep the weight this way. If you go closer to the pole, you're gonna pull the weight this way. So practically going here will make you more safe. That was a little bit more technical than I planned. So this was the Juliet spin. Remember to do it both sides. So this was the 3 spins I planned for you. Something I forgot to say during my teaching is that in a spin, when you do it in a static pole, you're always gonna slide. With time, you're gonna slide less and you can decide how much you want to slide, but you will always start somewhere with your hand and you're gonna like slide down the pole when you do it. So don't get scared if you're sliding, that's part of it. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope it was not so too confusing. I like to just do one takes of my videos because then it's more like how I would teach in real life. And I feel like my teaching is getting better that way. If you do not agree, please comment so I can know. I appreciate any comment. Say if you love me, say if you hate me. I need to know so I know what I can do better. Stay tuned for my next video. It's gonna come up already tomorrow, so subscribe for my channel if you didn't do it yet. And I will see you tomorrow.